Hi, I'm Tom from Games What We Like. Um, Look at the Tumblr, it's pretty empty right now, but it might not be soon, so that'll be good. I think the lighting's a little better today because they're doing it in the dark and the light a little glary, but we'll get through it. So this is just a short video to explain, wrap up, consolidate your video game news from the past couple of days, basically. Past day and a half, 2 days, an evening or so. The two things that I'm going to talk about, mainly I'm going to talk about the big Capcom event in Rome that happened, where basically Capcom came up and I'm not going to say, threw a lot of new stuff at us, but they did throw some new stuff at us and also give us a bit more information on some of the bigger games that are coming out in the next year. So that was cool. And also I'm going to talk about Crysis 3, that's just been announced, or I shouldn't really say announced, more inadvertently revealed. So yeah, we'll take those two things in order, I guess. As well as that, I just finished Rayman, which I've been playing for a while, and yeah, the ending of that game was just great, and that last level was stupid hard and awesome. Anyway, that aside, yes. So the first thing, Capcom's big event. So they basically showed off three. I'm going to say three main things. They showed off more than that, but I'm going to only talk about a couple of them. First of all, I'm going to say that they showed off a little bit more of Resident Evil 6, which we knew was happening anyway. Been trailers, but we got a bit more of a sort of extended trailer this time, and we also know who are in the game. There are three characters, two old that you'll know, and one new. The new guy is called Jake Mueller, or Muller. I don't know how to pronounce that yet. We'll see. But the other two characters are Leon and Chris. So Leon Kennedy and Chris Redfield. So two familiar faces. So if you're familiar with the franchise, then you'll know who they are. And they are back. Thankfully, they both know how to run and shoot at the same time now, which is also good because one of the most frustrating things about Resident Evil 4 to me, which is when I actually climbed onto the series, because I don't know, I wasn't into horror when I was young, and I'm not really massively old. Was the fact that you couldn't run and move. You couldn't run and shoot at the same time. So they seem to have sorted that out, and that is good. The thing is, they sorted that out in Resident Evil 5 as well. So what they were saying at this sort of hands-off look at the game, which they showed a demo of it, was that they were really trying to focus on combining what Resident Evil 1, 2, 3 were good at with what Resident Evil 4 and 5 strive towards, which was more of a sort of action-oriented game, whereas the first few entries into the main series were far more survival horror driven. So they really want to get both of those elements together. So in the demo they showed moving through a high school, basically through a school looking for a little lost girl, and there were, well, shall we say, there were some scare jumps. It was very tense, so you've got the atmosphere from the first few games that you would expect, but then you've also got killing in vast quantities, which is good also, and you can shoot, and by the way, the zombies have guns now, so yeah, that's also good, I think. Yeah. I got a drink here. What's it? What else? Yeah, so that's Resident Evil. I'm really excited about that game. I think it's definitely a step in the right direction. They also showed off Devil May Cry, the reboot, and I'm excited about that because I didn't really like the Devil May Cry series at all, and I'm happy to say that this is nothing like Devil May Cry, so that's awesome to me. I was a massive God of War fan. I think it's because the combat was less like a fighting game. I thought that Devil May Cry, it was very particular about how you press buttons and the combos that you pulled off. God of War, I could just mash a little bit more. This game seems to be a bit more like that, but it also doesn't seem to prioritize animation as much as gameplay, which is also great. Again, the same thing with Resident Evil is that I'm super stoked that they're not inhibiting gameplay to make it look good, which is always a priority for me in an action game. So that's those two things. The big thing, I guess, is that they announced Lost Planet 3. Whether or not you think that is a good thing, I don't know. I don't know if you played the last Lost Planet games, but basically it was sort of you on a big ice planet killing giant monsters. The first game came out like a year after the Xbox launched, and it was kind of well received because it looked great. In terms of animations, it looked kind of awesome. What it didn't do was play too well. So when Lost Planet 2 came out, they tried to reconcile the issues from Lost Planet 1, but they did the complete opposite, and it moved better, but it just was completely broken in every other sense. Everything was broken. But this game, it seems, it's a prequel for a start, so that's cool, but it's also made by completely different people, so that's nice as well. But that should provide some sort of refreshment on the series at least. But also it seems to move much better. Like the animations don't just inhibit the gameplay. Everything seems to work much more cohesively. Like it looks and it plays well. It's basically why I'm hoping that it plays well. I've not actually played it yet, but it looks like it is responsive and plays like a shooter, but also animates well and looks cool. And from what I've seen, it looks really nice. Although the trailer's mostly CGI, so that's probably not a fair thing to say at all. But yeah, that's those games. Basically, that's what Capcom is showing, and I'm actually more excited about it than I had been for other Capcom releases because, well, I don't know, what they put out recently hasn't really inspired me or many other people, I do not think. It's kind of been balls, really. So yeah, I don't know. So the second thing I was going to talk about after the Capcom showing, which was a couple of days ago now, actually a day and a half ago, is that last night EA Electronic Arts inadvertently announced Crysis 3. They embarrassingly sort of uploaded the name to Origin. Kind of silly. It's happening quite kind of frequently. It's not like we didn't see it coming. Crysis 1 and 2 have been well received, so it was a no-brainer that they would bring out fucking Crysis 3. I wasn't massively into Crysis 1 and didn't play Crysis 2, probably to my detriment, because it was, okay, and it played on consoles, and I play shooters on a console. I don't like sitting in front of a computer to shoot people. In fact, I don't like doing much at a computer if I can get away with it. But anyway, that's that aside. So I feel like I should jump on here and give it a go. Not really any details. Obviously, I didn't actually mean to announce it right now, so I can't really say more than that. But just to say it's coming, unlike as a no-brainer, as if you didn't know that already. So yeah, that's kind of it, I guess. I hope that you have found this okay, and if you have, you should look at more of my website that is called We Like Games.